run our stuff and get good looks, and we didn't do a great job of that. But we did do a pretty good job of containing their shooters, containing them in transition. We got them to play 17 points below their season average. So it's a testament to these guys' commitment to excellence defensively. But I did not do a very good job of getting us to execute in the half court, which in the end is what, in my opinion, caused us. So one of the reasons why we didn't win that game, we just didn't put the ball in the basket enough and didn't get good enough looks consistently when we didn't have transition buckets to run our stuff and get good looks.
I thought those guys jumped on you pretty quick. I think a 23-7 lead right out of the gate, but you fought back. I mean, it was only a 6-point game at halftime, 42-36. Talk about how you were able to fight through some of those early game struggles, maybe, and close that 16-point gap.
Well, the fight started when they went on that run during one of our timeouts. Ethan said some things to his teammates I'll never forget, and the guys responded to it. And that was some of his leadership there verbally, but the guys responded to it, so it's a testimony to them as well. So the second half, I just thought we played with more of a sense of urgency defensively, rebounded the ball better, and they just fought. We didn't really, in my opinion, fight at the beginning of that game defensively and get stops. And, like I've been saying, that's when we're at our best, when we play D, get out and run. And I didn't do a very good job of getting them to play hard, relentlessly, defensively the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game when they went on that run. But the last 32 minutes or so, we did. And, we ended up losing by 4 points to the team that was undefeated 32-0 and number 1 in the country.
One of the things I like to do, I'm a stats guy, and looking at the after-game stats on this one thing that you guys have been really good at all year long is creating opportunities off turnovers, getting points off turnovers. And as I watched the game, one thing that kind of stood out to me is Pima turned the ball over 17 times, but you guys you got 5 points off of turnovers. I mean, was that a big difference in the game for you?
Absolutely was. And, Kevin Egan, our stats guru, if Kevin, you're watching, we so appreciate all you do for us. He calls that our superpower, our ability to create offense off of our defense. And we did get some deflections and steals. And when we were out in transition, we didn't always capitalize and finish on those opportunities. But these kids, they're not missing shots on purpose. They're not turning the ball over. So even though I was irritated by it, I wasn't really mad at our kids. I mean, those were not things they were doing on purpose. But what bothered me more is our effort, and that is something we can't control. And I thought the first 7 or 8 minutes we weren't as relentless as we were the last 32 minutes.
Yeah, you got out-rebounded. I think that plus 13 margin at the break on rebounds for them, and you guys had 9. The margin was plus 9 in your favor in the second half. So you did a better job on the glass against a big team. Pima was a big team. And
they're deep. Yep. A lot of teams we play, we wear down. And, because of how hard that game was on both teams, Davidson and Pima, I think 24 hours later when you saw Pima lose in the national semifinals, you could see their fatigue from our game impact the outcome of their next game.
Well, I'm curious, what did you tell your team, or what was the conversation in the locker room after you fought so hard, but coming up just a little bit short there against those guys?
Well, these guys to my right, I'll tell you, that was a very challenging moment for all of us, especially me, to see the pain in their eyes. When you fight for 8 months and you commit so much to the process to come up short, it's hard. It's hard, but like I told them, they should be really proud that they were a part of something so special it brought them to tears. Because a lot of people in this life, they don't ever get to be a part of something like that to where they're so disappointed that they're hurt so bad they're brought to those tears. And they got to experience an incredible run where they were, regular season champions for the 6th year in a row, 17 out of 18 years, won the district tournament for the 6th year in a row, and then, of course, playing in the Elite Eight against the most, arguably the best offensive team in the country.
Well, the run for the national championship over at this point. Still a couple opportunities to play before the season ended, so you playing for opportunity to finish 5th. And you go up against the number 2 seed, so tough schedule there. North Central Missouri. And, again, in this game, I mean, they jumped out to a big lead. I mean, 16-point lead in the first 10 minutes of the game. But just like in the Pima game, your guys fought back down by 7 at halftime. Did the slow start again surprise you, Coach?
Well, it became a theme, didn't it?
Yeah.
If I had an answer for that question, I wouldn't have been doing whatever it was I was doing wrong. I felt like, I turned to my assistants. I'm like, what are we doing wrong in our preparation for these slow starts? But, once again, they showed the resiliency. We got down 24 or 25, something like that, and they came all the way back in the second half and not just – a lot of times when you come back like that, you spend so much energy fighting back, you don't close the deal. And these guys were able to take the lead and finish them off and win the game, which was amazing that they overcame a 24-point deficit and came back and found a way to beat the number 2 seed in the national tournament. I mean, that says a lot about their mental toughness, their togetherness, and their fight.
A team that was number 2 seeded, that for a while this year they were ranked number 1 in the country. So a very, very good team.
That was a big-time win. And like I told my wife in the locker room, after the disappointment of the day before of losing to Pima, for them to come back from 24 points down and win that game, it was just much needed, and it was really a fun locker room to be in after the 24 hours of a lot of tears.
Well, then the next day you take on Macomb, the Monarchs, for a chance to place 5th. And again, I mean, Groundhog's Day, right? I mean, it's the slow start. You guys were down at one point 24 points, I think 23 points at halftime. What were some things you challenged the team with in the second half?
Well, there's no question. We played some of the best teams in the country up there. Macomb took the eventual national champion to 3 overtimes. So they could have been playing the national championship game very easily. I mean, and they shot the ball incredibly well against some really good defense against us. I mean, we had some really well-contested threes, and they hit 10 threes in the first half. So you got to tip your hat to that. But like we told our guys once again at halftime, this is about your character integrity more than anything in terms of not quitting and fighting. And once again, this team fought back, and we ended up losing by 3 points and had a shot at the buzzer to tie it.
So we didn't get the win, but you just talked about it. I mean, this team has, not only in the tournament but all season long, a never-say-die attitude, didn't they?
They really did. And, they overcame so much adversity. I mean, countless injuries. I mean, we had all kinds of scenarios. Jenny will tell you that she and I dealt with this year. And for them to overcome the obstacles and the adversity they did and finish 35-1 and do what they did is truly amazing. And I want to say this before she comes up here. We are so, and I'm not saying this because she's here tonight, we are so blessed to have Jenny Varner as our president, not just for athletics, but for the community as a whole. And she's been the president now for several years, and it's very rare that you don't hear any employee talk negative about your leader. And I've never heard one employee talk negative about Jenny. She has a great way with all of her employees, the community, and she supports our athletic program to the nth degree. And we're just really blessed to have her as our leader.
We're going to get, President Varner and a couple of players up here in just a moment. I just wanted to ask you one more question. You qualified now for that D2 national championship 6 years in a row. You qualified 4 times, I think, as a D3 team. Just talk about, it's not an easy task to get there. Talk about how special this year was, though, with this group of guys to get to that point.
Well, one of the things I'm most proud of is our consistency. And there's so many people involved with that process, like yourself. Brandon Mullis behind the scenes, of course, my assistant coaches. I mean, I could go on and on and on, all the way up to Jenny. So, we truly are a team here at Davidson-Davie, and there's so many people behind the scenes that are our supporters, people in our community that are out here tonight. I mean, look over to your left. I mean, who has that for a coach's show at this level? I mean, so just really, really blessed to have incredible support from our community, our college, and it's just really neat to be a part of the Storm family. But for us to make it back this year, Miles, with this group and go through all the adversity they went through is something I'll never forget, and their resiliency. And that's going to help these guys more in their real life as a father and husband than they probably realize right now at 18, 19, 20 years old.
31-5, 7 times in 18 years this program's finished with 30-plus win seasons, 4 in a row. So congratulations, Coach, again. Great season, regular season conference championship, your 6th in a row conference tourney championship, and a 6th place finish in the national tournament. So as we do each show, we're going to bring up our special guest. Not quite yet. President Jenny Varner's here. We're going to make the folks wait for that. But a couple of current players, Lamonte Cowser and Dane Stewart. We'll bring Lamonte up first.
Well, I want to say this before they come up. Dane was one of the best defenders in the country, not just on our team and our region. And Lamonte won more awards this year than he can probably even carry at one time. I mean, I'm sure you're going to go over all that. So, Lamonte, give it up. Come on, guys.
Matt Jacobs is watching. He says Matt Ridge is the GOAT. Kathy Kauser says that was an absolute great game. Hats off to our guys. They left it all on the floor. So welcome, Lamonte. Great season for you. We'll talk about some of your accomplishments. Almost 22 points a game this year, 7 rebounds. You were named Region 10 Rookie of the Year. You were named Region 10 Offensive Player of the Year. You were named Region 10 Player of the Year. And you were also named to the All-Tournament team at the Nationals. You came into this season after taking a year off from high school. Talk about your freshman year here at this level and how you felt things went for you and the team.
To start off, it was kind of rough because I had gotten out of shape and stuff because I had sat off a season. So it was kind of challenging getting back, and it was just crazy getting back, Yeah, that's it for that. I don't have much to say because it's like it was hard. It was just hard. I don't even want to talk about that. I hate thinking about it, honestly.
But did things live up to your expectations?
Yes, sir, they did. Well, I really didn't even expect to go off like I did, but, yeah.
Well, you had a chance to play in your first Region 10 conference tournament down in Fayetteville. 19 points a ball game in that, 7.3 rebounds a game. What was that event like for you, and how did it feel bringing home the championship there?
It was fun, couldn't ask for more, and yeah, that's it.
You also qualified for the national tournament with that win down there. So you got to go to Danville, Illinois. And I know it didn't turn out the way you guys wanted it to, right? But you had a great tournament, 23 points per game, 7 rebounds in the 4 games that you played in there. Tell us about that experience. I mean, what it was like up there.
It was a good experience, I've never experienced winning like that to get to that type of, scenery and stuff. So I really appreciate the guys and the team for, sticking behind and keeping everything going. But, yeah, it was a good experience. Great food. I had a good time with the guys. Yeah.
I tell you,
for more.
I don't know how it felt to be on the court, but I can tell you as a fan and somebody who pulled for you guys all year long, I mean, to watch the tournament, it was tough to watch you guys fall behind early in all of those games, but you were able to, I just knew every game, they're going to come back. They're going to come back, and you did. You fought back in every game. Why is the team? What makes this team so resilient in your opinion?
Well, it's great coaching. They tell us not to never give up. Our players told us to tell everybody not to give up. So we kept fighting. We know we're gonna come back. We always jump off the slow starts. Even during the regular season, it was a little bit slow every game. We get on each other at halftime. We got to pick it up, and we end up coming back and staying in the fight.
Well, you talked a little bit about coming into the season. You'd missed a year of ball, and how do you felt like Lamonte improved as the season went on?
Like I said earlier, it took a little time, but I finally got used to everything. I had to get used to college ball, getting up and down the court fast. It was faster than high school pace. So, yeah, it was just like crazy. I had to work hard. I had to work to get back. How hard I had to work to get back. So, yeah.
Has there been a favorite moment for you so far this season with these guys over here?
Every day, like practice, like we have some good days, we have bad days, challenging days. But every day was fun with them. We'll do some special events outside of practice, like go bowling and stuff like that. Have fun. Like every day was cool with the team.
What does the future look like for Lamonte? What are your goals for next season and then beyond that?
For next season, I would love to come back and keep doing what I was doing this past season. Keep hooping, keep playing hard, and keep going.
So thinking about what you've experienced here over the course of this year, what advice would you give to anyone out there that's watching, any young prospective guys looking to come and continue playing? What advice would you have for them if they wanted to come here to this elite program?
First thing, if you think about quitting, don't quit. Because I thought about quitting multiple times, and I had great teammates and great coaches to tell me to keep going, don't give up on it, because this is for me. Like, I feel like God gave me this great talent, and I couldn't just give up on it. And if you want to come here, be in shape, because like you're not gonna just come here and just like think everything is sweet. You're gonna have to work for everything you do. So yeah.
Well, again, congratulations, Lamonte, on a great season. One of the things I really like about being able to to be around this program is you meet so many great people. I had a chance to meet your parents a couple of games before the regional tournament, and then I met your dad again down there. And your dad played some college basketball as well.
He played JUCO ball too.
So could you take him? Was that?
Yeah, man. We always talk about it. Who would win 1v1 if he was my age and we was both the same age and we go 1-on-1. I always tell him I'll win, and he always say that he'll win. And then I asked some of my family members like who would win, and they said he would win. So, but I still don't think he would beat me, honestly.
Okay.
So
we'd like to see that maybe next year at the Brinkley Bash.
Yeah.
Lamonte, congratulations on
Appreciate
a really
you,
great
man.
season. Great job.
Thank you.
Lamonte Cowser. Let's bring up Dane Stewart now. Dane is another freshman, redshirt freshman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Dane, welcome. Dane had a great year. Averaged 9 points a game, 2.8 rebounds. You were tied for second on the team in 3-point shots made this year, and that was one of the things you had told me earlier this season. You wanted to improve on your 3-point shooting as you came into the year. You also won the dunk contest for the second year in a row at the Brinkley Bash. So at 5'11", you can definitely elevate and get off the floor. Talk a little bit about this season, Dane, if you would. Did it meet your expectations for yourself and for the team?
No, it did not meet my expectation. I thought we were going to go all the way, but, I mean, if you don't think that way, then why are you even on the team to begin with, you know? But for myself, nah, I didn't meet my expectations there either.
What were some things maybe that you learned about yourself this year?
I learned that consistency will always be the key, and that I need to, you know, just always work to improve myself throughout the season, never give up, don't take any days off, things like that.
Now, you talked about your shooting, and you wanted to improve on your 3-point shooting, which you certainly did this year. But one of the big things about your game, sometimes it doesn't show up in the box score, is defense. And you were locked down defense for this team this year. You put a lot of emphasis on and a lot of pride in your defense. After sitting out your first season here as a redshirt freshman, you had a chance to compete in your first Region 10 conference tournament. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like for you down in Wilmington?
It was pretty emotional for me because at the time last year during my redshirt season, I was going through a lot of stuff. So there was a lot of emotions tied to that gym, and being able to be back in that gym and win it all was really big for me.
What about the national championship? I mean, you guys were close. Both of your losses were 4 3-point losses to really, really good teams. You competed against the top 20 teams in the country out of 160 D2 teams. What was it like to compete against that level of players?
It was really fun. It was nice to see, you know, other players that could actually, you know, be on the court with me and this team. And it was just a blessing to be out there.
Well, I asked you the same question I did Lamonte. You guys came back from a lot of 20-point deficits in that national tournament. Tell us a little bit about the fight and the character of this team.
Well, I mean, that's just who these guys are. That's who we are as a team. And as Coach spoke about this before, Ethan English is a really big leader of this group, and he told us to not give up on him, and that's what we did.
It means a lot to you and to your teammates. That Storm uniform, it means something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. One thing, too, I want to ask you, Dane. You guys didn't lose a game on this court right here at Brinkley Gym. When you go out and play games here, I mean, is that something you guys think about? You got to defend your home? Yeah,
it was at the beginning of the season. I was sort of nervous. I didn't want to be, you know, on the team that lost in Brinkley for the first time in however many years, 6 years. But as the season went on, I grew my trust with these guys, and that fear went away.
This team to our right here, what are you going to miss most about this team?
The personnel, the captain, the sophomores, the guys. That's what I'll miss most.
What do you still want to improve on as you think about moving forward with your basketball career?
I mean, I've received a lot of praise for my defense and my 3-point shot and things like that, but I still want to work on those things to get better because you see it says second in 3-point shots made. I want it to be first. And y'all have talked about my defense and how I was, being able to lock down, but I didn't get DPOI. So I want to still improve myself in those aspects.
Keep chasing that. What does the future look like for Dane? What are your goals, basketball and beyond?
Well, if Coach would have me back for my second year, I would love to come back. And from there, I'd love to get a 4-year scholarship and go play somewhere.
Are you coming to the open gym?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you're going to be at the open gyms. I want to ask you also, just like I asked Lamonte, thinking about the experience you've had here over the course of this season, what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about continuing their basketball career and maybe coming here to DDCC?
If you're scared, you need to stay home. And like Lamonte said, if you're out of shape, this might not be the place for you, because this is where you will go to find a part of yourself that you never knew you had.
Well, congratulations on a good year. It was fun watching you play. You guys had a great season, and looking forward to seeing you play some more here.
Thank you.
Dane Stewart. Kathy Kauser wanted me to make sure that I let everybody know that she also played basketball as well. So, Aaron Maccabee is watching. Manuel Teague is over here watching. Well, welcome as our special guest, President Jenny Varner. Welcome back to the program. It's been a year or two.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're going to find out what you've been up to. You've been president. I think you're into your second year now as the college's 5th president.
Right.
But you've been associated with the school here for some time, since 2008, I believe. How have you seen the college change and grow since that time?
Well, I think anyone who has spent any time around this area has been able to see, even if they haven't been on campus, they've been able to watch the college grow physically. It looks completely different than it looked back, say, when I was in high school. These days, of course, all you have to do is drive by on the highway, and you see a lot of road construction in progress and other changes that indicate the growth of the college. We know, of course, that we've been part of lots of important initiatives and that our students perform very well. But, not insignificantly, one of the big differences is that we have an athletics program now. So, back a long time ago in the college's history, we had athletics at times, but back in 2007, it came back again. And that's been a really important part of the college for these last 18, 19 years.
I'm old enough to remember the other basketball program that was here many, many years ago, being part of this community too. What have the last few years as president of this fine institution been for you?
Well, I think I'm really lucky. Yes, there are some of the, the boring parts of the president's job. There are things I'm responsible for, finding resources, policies, governance, that kind of thing. But the fun part is when you get to be a little part of everything, and you get to see what students are doing in over 40 programs of study. You get to see what all of our faculty and staff are doing in their different areas of expertise. What's going on with student clubs? What's going on with athletics? And I get to enjoy those parts of everything because we have such good people, such experts who make these programs happen. So, to be here tonight, I got to tell you, when Coach Ridge asked if I could do the show tonight, of course I said yes, but the real reason is because I could be sure on behalf of the college to say thank you to this incredible group of guys over here and to this incredible group over here representing even many more of our supporters and to our incredible coaches. And that's the best part of my job, that I get to enjoy and celebrate these things, but the real credit goes to people like the ones here with us tonight.
Very well said. Making a difference in the lives of these student athletes and the community. Very, very well said. So let me ask you, always changing needs in the community, and curious how you and your leadership team kind of stay out front of those challenges, because things do change.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that community colleges are really good at is connecting with the business and industry leaders who make our economy go round. So when we are starting new programs or continuing programs or looking at what other courses of study we might want to offer, it's because we know that that's what our communities need. We know that's where there are jobs. We know that that's where there are opportunities for our students. We know what the opportunities are for students who want to transfer on to four-year schools. So I think part of that is just the relationships we have throughout the community, knowing what the future looks like and helping to create the best pathways for our students. And then when it comes to, what happens outside the classroom, that evolves too. But we are always looking to have those opportunities that make our students really want to be here and really want to be part of this campus, and they know that it'll be a big part of their pathway in life.
What are some things on the horizon, President Varner, that our students and community can look forward to in the coming years here?
Well, I think what we're all looking forward to in the immediate future is they're going to finish up this road project out here, and we're not going to have to stop behind any orange cones or paving trucks. So again, I think physical growth will be one of the most visible ways that people can see that we're growing. And then I just think, there's hardly any school year that ever goes by that we don't have new programs or initiatives to talk about or new opportunities. So I think that'll just continue.
Can we talk basketball for a moment?
Absolutely. But let's be clear, the technical part of your show is over. I'm just here to do the other stuff now, all right? Okay. Don't ask any hard questions.
No, the team's coming off, again, we've talked about it, another incredible season, 31-5. What are your thoughts on this year's team and their accomplishments?
Well, first of all, it's just a great group of guys, and we've loved having you, and we're so proud of you. And, I think some people come to basketball games, and, of course, you like seeing the good basketball. Some people like it when it's a really close nail-biter. I prefer those games where you can, take a deep breath a little bit and relax and just watch the good basketball. But, sometimes these guys do take it to the extreme, it's one thing to win by 20 points, and then it's another thing to win by 30, and then sometimes like 40 or 50. I got to tell you, there was that one game, though, where I asked Coach Ridge afterwards, is he sure that he maybe didn't need to take the other team out to dinner, because I was feeling so bad for them. But these guys did make it easy to relax in Brinkley Gym and just enjoy their basketball, because there were some great games here.
The thoughts on this program that you have, in 18 years, we're, I think, 3 wins short of 500. That's phenomenal. What about the job that Coach Ridge and his coaching staffs have done over the years here with this program?
I don't know how to put into words where did he go?
He went that way.
He's hiding. I think the best way to describe what Coach Ridge and the coaching staff do, there is a passion and an intensity and a love for the game, but more importantly, a love for the players and a vested interest in helping them get where they need to go, not just here at Davidson-Davie, but after they leave here and in their lives and their careers. And I just don't know how there could be a coaching staff that is any more passionate and intense than that.
So what does the success of the program, what does it mean to the school? What does it mean to the community, in your thoughts?
Well, we see the fans who come out to games and come out to the coaches' shows and support the team, and they're visible to us. But I hope everybody knows too that there are so many supporters out there in the community who you might not ever know, but there are people who say to me or send me emails, or you might not even realize that they watch any basketball, and they'll say something about the Storm, and they'll know what the record is, or they'll know what a great basketball team we have. They might not know a lot about basketball themselves, but they know about the Storm, and they're so proud that this helps make this community college a more well-rounded college and just a jewel for the community.
I know you get to attend some of the games here. I see you in the stands. Is there a most exciting game or a most memorable game that you've got that you'd like to share with us?
I don't know that I have a most memorable. Like I said, the one where I felt like we might need to buy the other team dinner does stand out a little bit this year. But mainly, I enjoy again, I think it's nice when we're not so concerned about whether or not we're going to win, but you just get to see some great basketball. And there's really no better environment for that than Brinkley Gym. The environment that has been created in there and that the guys help create each and every game, it just couldn't be a more exciting place to be and a better place to watch basketball.
Any advice or words of wisdom for this group over here to our right, these young men, as they continue on with their journey both here and after school?
Well, I know it's a little hard to look perhaps beyond the basketball right now, but I think you all know that we're interested in more than just your basketball careers. We know some of you are going to keep playing, but most importantly, we want you to take what you get from this college and apply it to future education, future careers, future lives, and we know you're just going to be as successful as you can be. And we also want you to know you always have a home here at Davidson-Davie, and we couldn't be more grateful to you, and we're just so proud.
So one more question, one final question. We're in the middle of the NCAA tournament, and I know you and Coach Ridge have different schools that you pull for. Yours is still playing, by the way, I believe, right?
Mine is still playing, and I always regret, I've done this before too, I always wish I'd brought some props with me, but it's his coach's show. I won't give him too hard of a time. But yes, my team is still playing.
I was going to leave the door open for you to take that final jab at him. Well, President Varner, we appreciate your time. We thank you for your dedication to the college and again, for taking time to come out here and share with us.
Thank you.
So, thanks a lot. President Jenny Varner. She was kind to you, Coach. She didn't rub the Duke in, so
Well,
the Duke Carolina thing. So
it is what it is. They're having a remarkable year, and I'm scared to death they're going to make a run and win it all. So, it is good to have at least one team still alive in the ACC.
So we want to talk about a couple of upcoming events. I think you got athletic banquet coming up. Any dates set for that yet?
Yeah, that'll be Tuesday night, April 29th, and you can purchase tickets online. So those links are live, and I will be posting those on social media soon.
You've also got on April 26th another really big event here, a Hall of Fame induction ceremony and dinner as well.
Yeah, we're going to be inducting 4 very deserving inductees that night, 3 former student athletes, and then a supporter right down the road that's been a huge part of our growth here the last 4 years.
Well, I was kidding Dane on the open gym schedule, but you do have the open gym schedule. It starts, I think, March 27th. With dates running through July. Is that something that fans or supporters can come out and watch?
Absolutely, and we have fans that come to them consistently. It's amazing. At this level, we have fans coming to our open gym. I mean, we've had recruits say, I've never been to an open gym where there was 50, 70 fans just to watch an open gym in the off season. So it was pretty cool to see the buy-in and the love for these Davidson-Davie basketball players from our community like Jeannie was talking about.
Where can we find dates for those?
I've already posted those on
Okay.
social media, so they're out there. Like you said, the first one is this Thursday at 5 o'clock, and the second one is the following Friday, April 4th at 5 o'clock.
All right, the last thing from an upcoming event, I want to talk a little bit about the elite basketball training. So you'll be holding training sessions for students K through 12 in March, toward the end of this month, throughout April.
Correct.
How do folks get involved
Just
with that?
email me and let me know that they're interested. And those will be an hour long, and we already have several, young men and young women signed up. So it is both for females and males.
All right, as we always do here on the show, we talk about family. This is a big family here. Storm family is real. And in the spirit of that, we've got former Storm athletes here that are continuing with either 4-year programs or even playing professionally. You want to highlight
Sure.
those guys and where they're at now?
Of course, Javion continues to absolutely kill it in Estonia. He's been over there several months now, had some triple-double games. He's been the MVP in most games that he's played in, actually. Kyle Ridley is still playing over in, I believe, Hungary or Israel, and he's been over there for almost 10 years now playing. Uzziah Dawkins is in Germany, and like Javion, he is one of their best players, not just on their team, but their whole league. Jonathan Faust just wrapped up his senior year at Lynchburg. They had a winning season, and he was a huge part of that, started the last 2 years. Aaron Ross and Keith Reese were playing at Shawan on scholarships. Aaron was one of their best players all year, and Keith came off the bench and played valuable minutes as well. And they were 18-10, so they were part of a winning team there. and Jaheim and Chase, they're still playing in the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament at Lenore-Ryan. That's the furthest they've ever gone in the history of Lenore-Ryan University. So they play, I believe, tomorrow night in the Elite Eight game. If they win that, they'll be in the Final Four in the whole country. So truly amazing. And then Trey and Najee at Barton, they had a winning season as well. So I know two guys on scholarships. And Mike Wade, I think their team at Montreat went 19-11. So, a lot of our guys are not just going on and getting a free education, but they're playing in winning programs. And so that makes us really proud, too, that they're continuing to win at the next level and play a lot of minutes.
Well, we also couldn't end the show unless we talk about our sponsors. And there are a lot of people, a lot of folks to our left over here in the community that come out and support this team. But you've got a lot of sponsors that make game day experience something that's in the NJCAA level just phenomenal. When you come here and watch a game, things like tonight's coaches show, you want to give a shout out to those guys.
Well, it's like Jenny said, so many businesses and individuals that either give time or in some cases both time and money to make this program what it is. And when I look over to my left, I see numerous people that have done both. And yourself, Patrick and Mullis and on and on and on. But when you talk about giving, big money in these businesses, we couldn't have the digital scoreboard and the digital scores table without the businesses and all the many things, athletic scholarships and on and on. So obviously Todd down here at Jerry Hunt, Josh Hill, the Strickland Brothers, Fidelity Bank, Mohawk Industries. I could keep going on and on, Truist, et cetera, et cetera. So many businesses and individuals like yourself that have given time and money to make us who we are. We wouldn't have tonight's show without your prep with these questions. So thank you for all you do, Miles.
Well, we appreciate you. We want to thank Patrick Stevens, our engineer to the left here, Brandon Mullis, Coach Mullis on the camera tonight. Certainly our special guest, the college president, Jenny Varner, Lamonte Kauser, Dane Stewart, everybody who came out tonight. Man, this is just fantastic. For those of you that are watching, Violet Finney, Ethan's family, says, we're so proud of Storm basketball, Davidson-Davie. Thank you, coaches. So, you got to give a shout-out to your coaches too, right?
Well, ask her to ask Ethan where he is tonight. I'm not sure where Ethan is. But I meant what I said earlier about Jenny, because she really is supportive of everything we're doing in athletics here. But she's also good at all the hats that she wears. And when you're the president, you have to wear a lot of hats. I would also be remiss if I didn't say this guy over here, Tim Gwillem, he's done, and I've said this before, everything that I've asked from running the digital scoreboard to the highlight reel, the instant replay, to keeping the book. And then this past week, he drove all the way to Illinois and all the way back home. He drove to Florida earlier in the year and back. Tim Gwillem is incredibly unselfish, and I so appreciate him. And then you got Dallas and Lynn. I don't think they've missed a home game in probably probably all 18 years. And then you got Brian Hughes. He got up at 3 or 4 in the morning, came out here when he came home to celebrate the district championship. Then they came back out, him and his kids, when we pulled off at 5 a.m. to go to the national tournament. So, and then, of course, the best statistician in all of JUCO over here, Manuel and his wife, so appreciate them. They were there all week. She took off work to go. And then you got Caleb Curry back over there somewhere hiding with his family as well. They were at Nationals.
Kip Childress.
I was getting ready to get around to the other voice of the storm, and Kip over there. So appreciate the best voice in all of JUCO in terms of making Brinkley Gym what it is, and like yourself on the stream. So did I miss anybody? Ken Cannon, of course, with Dallas as well. So just so many people that are supportive of us.
Kyle Ridley's watching again. He says, miss you and love you, Coach. So,
love him too.
So finally, again, congratulations on a great season. 31-5, 6th place out of 20 teams that played in the national tournament, 6th place out of 160 teams in the country. You guys fought hard all year long. We're really proud of you. You're a great group of young men. So,
well, thank you, Jenny, for coming out, and thank y'all, and appreciate you guys the most. Love you.
Go Storm.